Obviously, you have a relationship with Patrick Mahomes. You, Jake, Patty hang out all the time. You guys are shooting commercials day after day, it seems like. You're golfing, you're cornholing, you're dancing, you're hosting game shows. He's working out, he's coaching, he's gymming, he's doing this stuff. I mean, do you guys have a great relationship? And also, how, whenever you see something like what he's going through right now, and I don't know if it's a confidence thing, I don't know if it's defenses are changing, if it's potentially something off the field, carrying into the game. How do you continue to stay locked in whenever it seems like all hell is breaking loose around you? Whenever it seems like you're potentially not playing your best and people are asking questions. If you had to talk to Patrick, if you have a relationship with, how do you say to him, hey, I hope you get better, not this weekend, but going forward? And what are some of the mental challenges you think of being like a guy like Patrick Mahomes in a league that you have been for the last 15 years?
That was a long-winded question.
Yeah, I wanted to open it up for you. I didn't want you to have to bury him, and I didn't really know, because you've never really had this happen in your career. We actually looked it up. You have never had a situation like this happen in your career, but I know you probably have a great take on everything that's happening with him, because there's a lot of potential outside shit potentially getting involved in this,
Yeah, I mean, there's been stretches where I haven't played my best ball for sure, and I think you just got to keep going back to what got you in the position you're in. And I don't think, a lot of times people say, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to go in earlier, I'm going to do this and that. If that was the remedy, then why are you doing it before? I think you got to stick with what got you to this point. He's been an MVP, he's won a Super Bowl, he's a talented player. And there's going to be rough stretches throughout your career. Some of the stuff is under your control and some of it isn't. And so you kind of got to release the stuff that isn't yours and own the stuff that's yours and improve. And a lot of times it's just it can be one throw. It can be one quarter that kind of gets you back playing the way you want to play. But I do have a relationship with Patrick. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's a fantastic player. I love watching him play. I enjoy working with him too on the commercials. Kevin, Jake from State Farm, is actually a Bears fan.
Jeez.
So he's neutral this week, but I am told he will be in attendance, and I'm guessing he'll be wearing red because of State Farm, not because of his allegiances to Patrick over me, which could be the case. I actually haven't pinned him down and asked him, where his true allegiances lie. I mean, he's kind of new to the State Farm game. I've been around for a long time, so maybe, the younger guys stick together. Maybe he's more of a Pat guy. Maybe he likes those commercials, those spots he did with him better than the ones that I did with him. But him, Jake from State Farm and I, Kevin, we have a lot of fun on set. He's a hilarious guy. And unfortunately, the way it goes with this is, we do so many takes of the same commercials, and most of the ones that I think are really funny or that he thinks are really funny, even probably I'm sure the ones that Pat thinks are really funny, the client doesn't quite go with those. They usually go with this.
Oh, really? State Farm does? I never would have guessed.
What a shock.
I never would have guessed.
It's safer market to the, middle America. But I do love working with State Farm. We have so much fun, and I'm proud of the way the commercials turned out. When it comes to Pat, I'm not worried about him. I mean, I don't think anybody really should be worried about him. When you're a transcendent talent like that, it's only a matter of time.
I just want to ask a follow-up to that. Being transcended into superstardom, especially at a young age, and this has been for you for a long time, right? You have everything you have done for a long time has been scrutinized. You get more zoom-ins on your face at all times throughout games for whatever reason, and you have for so long. Do you think there is a little bit of a learning curve if you go back in time whenever that started becoming your life? Now it's for Pat. Pat's brother does a TikTok. We all know about it. We all directly associate it with Patrick Mahomes. Anything else happens out the field, we all directly associate it. He's worth $500 million now with his contract. Is there anything to that, getting thrusted into a different level of life that you potentially experienced or you've seen maybe others go through, and is that a real thing?
Yeah, 100% it is. I mean, my whole life changed, after the Super Bowl, and I've said this after the State Farm commercials. That kind of, first was the Super Bowl, and second, I won MVP in 2011, and the State Farm commercials came out, and I became not just Super Bowl champion, but now I'm the discount double check guy, and now people know me not just for playing, but they know me as that guy in the silly commercials and stardom is an interesting thing, and it creates a whole lot of amazing opportunities and fun things, and also some things that can be distractions. And and can pull at you a little bit more. Your time becomes less your own, I think, and it's a learning curve for sure. But the most difficult thing is sustained greatness, I think, in any sport. And there's an idea of plateauing at your peak and being able to sustain an incredibly high level of play that puts you in the upper echelon. And I believe that's Pat's destiny. He's already established an incredible level of play, and he probably will for the next 10 or 15 years, depending on how long he wants to play. But that is definitely the most difficult thing, because they are just waiting for you to show a chink in the armor, a slight fall off, so that they can, they can bury you. And the greatest challenge and the greatest satisfaction occurs when you can continue sustained greatness and quiet down those naysayers time after time.
Hey, could quarterbacks at any level, can they go through like slumps, like a baseball player might go through a slump, like a batter?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And just like you can turn it on with one throw or one read or one quarter or one game, one little thing can actually kind of throw you off sometimes. It's like getting the yips putting or the shanks, in golfing. One, hosel rocket can change kind of your whole mental mindset. One missing a wide open throw can kind of set you back. I mean, for people that can reset quickly, it might be a play or a series or a quarter, but that takes time to learn how to be able to fall back on that muscle memory. And sometimes there are things that happen that kind of throw you off. Even for me now, I might miss a throw and it might stay with me, and influence the next time I make the throw. Now, I feel like I have enough muscle memory and mental fortitude to be able to overcome any negative thought in an instant of a moment that says, "Oh, you just missed this one wide open, a quarter ago." But it takes time to learn how to kind of harness those thoughts and continue to be confident in all moments. But again, I'm not worried about Pat at all. I mean, Pat's a different type of player. I mean, there's not many guys like him.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, and I think that is why it's such a big conversation. You two being on State Farm together, and I assume a lot more, and you two are so similar. The way you play, the throws, the arm talent, the superstardom, the trajectory, the likability. I mean, you two really are the only two people that could potentially talk to each other about some of the shit that's going on in his life. So I appreciate you giving us some info on that entire thing.